Hey everyone, What If Fan here, bringing you another exciting part. What if Reborn is Gohan in future timeline? You can find the fanfic title and the original author's name in the description below. Make sure to check it out and show them some love. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Alright, let's jump into it. Chapter 11. The androids were completely wiped out, and the whole Earth is celebrating. In this joyful mood, another 2 days pass quietly. During these 2 days, Bulma finally repairs the spaceship. The repaired spaceship looks brand new. The only drawback is that its energy is not fully charged, it's only at 90%. In this era, equipment and resources are very scarce, and recharging is a very time-consuming task. It takes about a month to recharge the remaining 10%. Gohan doesn't want to wait. A trip to New Namek and back only requires 90% of the energy. So, Gohan decides not to wait for a full charge and plans to depart for Namek today. Gohan, wearing a loose casual outfit, packs food and drinking water into capsules. Trunks begs to go with him, his eyes sparkling with excitement and curiosity. "Brother Gohan, can't you take me with you? I also want to see aliens, the vast universe, and other worlds," he pleads. Gohan looks at him helplessly and decisively refuses, "No. Trunks, you can't go because I have more important things for you to do." "What is that?" Trunks asks eagerly. Although Dr. Gero, who created Android 17 and 18, is dead, his intelligent machines still exist. They are still following his orders and are creating more terrifying androids. So, while I'm on Namek, your mission is to find Dr. Gero's research base and destroy it. This concerns the safety of the entire Earth and even the universe. Do you understand how important this is? Really? This is very important. "Brother Gohan, don't worry, I will try my best to find it," Trunks replies seriously. He feels proud that Gohan has given him such an important task. Bulma, who is debugging the time machine nearby, also stops her work and says seriously, "Gohan, if what you said is true, then this matter is too important. I will go with Trunks to find Dr. Gero's research institute. Other things can wait." "Yes," Gohan nods. Although androids 17 and 18 are dead, there is still a potential crisis. We must find their lair and eliminate the threat forever. Gohan knows that since the moment he was reborn, the trajectory of this world must have changed. The future of this timeline is uncertain. He can only steer it in a general direction. Cell, a terrifying factor in the future, must be eradicated soon. However, eliminating Cell is less urgent than going to Namek. After all, Cell is now just an egg or a larva. So Gohan chooses to go to Namek first and assigns the task of finding Dr. Gero's research base to Trunks and Bulma. Everything is arranged. Gohan boards the spaceship, closes the hatch, inputs the location of Namek, and presses the start button. The next moment, flames burst out from the bottom of the spaceship, and in the eyes of Bulma and Trunks, the spaceship soars into the sky. It rushes out of the atmosphere, enters the brilliant universe, and soon disappears from view. Retracting her gaze, Bulma looks at her son and says, "Trunks, time is running out, we have to act now." "Yes, Mom," Trunks nods heavily. On the spaceship, Gohan turns on the gravity system, adjusts it to 200 times Earth's gravity, and begins to train. The journey to New Namek is estimated to take 2 weeks. Gohan plans to use this time efficiently. He eats when he's hungry, trains after eating, and rests when he's tired. In this monotonous routine, 2 weeks pass quickly. One day, after finishing his practice, Gohan takes a comfortable cold shower and then goes to the cockpit. The large display screen shows the brilliant galaxy in front of the spaceship. Countless stars flash by, and the starry sky is boundless. Soon, a huge green planet appears in view. The spaceship's intelligence system broadcasts a message. "Master, the spacecraft has arrived at its destination, Namek. Would you like to land?" "Let's land," Gohan replies. Received. Searching for a landing location. A suitable location has been found. The spacecraft will begin landing now. As the broadcast ends, the spacecraft flashes and enters Namek's atmosphere. 10 minutes later, it lands smoothly. Gohan opens the hatch, jumps down, and stands on the land of Namek. After a long half-month journey, he can finally stand on solid ground again. He opens his arms, closes his eyes, breathes in the fresh air, and embraces the breeze. A few seconds later, he senses someone approaching quickly. Gohan opens his eyes, puts away the spacecraft, and looks up at the sky. A green figure descends from the sky and looks at Gohan vigilantly. Recognizing the Namekian, who looks much like Piccolo, Gohan knows this is a combat-type Namekian. These warriors are responsible for protecting the elders and saving their people in times of disaster. Just as Gohan is about to speak, the Namekian speaks first. "Hey, are you Mr. Son Goku?" At this time, Gohan has blonde hair and green eyes. His facial features resemble Son Goku's. Looking at the puzzled Namekian, Gohan says, "Son Goku is my father. I am Son Gohan." The fighting Namekian suddenly understands and says, "Oh, that's it. I'm sorry for the confusion. Do you know my father?" Gohan asks. "Yes, I met Mr. Goku when he was fighting Frieza on Namek. It's been a long time, and you look very much like him." "I apologize for the mistake," the Namekian says, slightly embarrassed. It's okay. I didn't expect to meet an acquaintance. What's your name?" Gohan asks with a smile. "Hello, Mr. Gohan. You can call me Bassoon." Mr. Goku was a benefactor to our people, and his son is, of course, a benefactor too. "What brings you to Namek this time?" Bassoon asks respectfully. "I would like to borrow the Dragon Balls." "Brother Bassoon, please take me to see the Great Elder," Gohan replies. Bassoon looks at Gohan's missing arm, understands, and nods. "No problem, Mr. Gohan. Follow me," Bassoon says, flying into the air. Gohan follows him. It doesn't take long before they reach the Elder's residence. Gohan recognizes the Elder, remembering that he is called Mori. More than 10 years ago, Mori was one of Namek's 7 ordinary elders. After Frieza's attack, the previous elder died, naming Mori as his successor. "Hello, Great Elder," Gohan greets with a smile. "Hello, Mr. Gohan," the elder responds kindly. "I already know why you are here. I have informed the other elders to bring the Dragon Balls. And Dend is on his way too. He was very happy to hear that you are visiting Namek." The elder is quite insightful. Gohan looks at Elder Mori with admiration. Chapter 12. Gohan feels as if he's being seen through, which makes him a little uncomfortable. He had met the previous Grand Elder and was fortunate enough to have his potential unlocked by him, so he has a very deep memory of that Grand Elder. Compared to his predecessor, while Grand Elder Mori may not be as powerful, he is younger and more dynamic. But that's all. Gohan has no reason to fear him. The immense power within him is the source of his confidence. Gohan smiles and says, "Sorry to bother you, Grand Elder." Looking at Gohan, Grand Elder Mori recalls the mushroom-headed boy from over 10 years ago and says, "No trouble at all." More than 10 years have passed in the blink of an eye. Mr. Gohan has changed so much. "What's happened to your hand?" Gohan replies, "I'm sorry to make you laugh, Grand Elder. My hand was torn off by a powerful enemy a few years ago when I was defeated. This time, I came to Namek to use the Dragon Balls to restore my arm." Elder Mori responds, "Oh, that's a small problem. Purunga can restore your arm in no time." "Has that powerful enemy been defeated?" "Yes, he had been destroyed," Gohan says with a smile. "Oh, it seems that a lot has happened on Earth," Great Elder Mori sighs. They chat and catch up on the changes on Earth and Namek in recent years. Compared to Earth's tumultuous events, Namek has remained peaceful and happy for over 10 years. After a while, several more key approach. Several Namekians descend from the sky to deliver Dragon Balls. Among them is a young Namekian who catches Gohan's attention. He is tall and slender, but not very strong. His most striking feature is his bright, intelligent, and clear eyes. The young Namekian is also observing Gohan. They speak simultaneously. Are you Den? Are you Gohan? After speaking, both are stunned, then they laugh and scratch their heads. Recognizing each other, they smile, reminiscing about their childhood adventures. Den runs towards Gohan with a happy expression but frowns upon seeing Gohan's missing arm. Gohan, what happened to your hand? Den asks, concerned. As you can see, it's gone. No big deal, Gohan laughs lightly, as if losing an arm is trivial. Den says, it would be nice if you, Gohan, had the ability to regenerate limbs like us Namekians. Well, that's why I came here, to use Purunga's power to restore my arm, Gohan replies honestly. Okay, I can help with that, Den says with a smile. Summoning the Namekian dragon is different from summoning the Earth Dragon. It requires the Namekian language, which Gohan does not know. Den means he can help summon the dragon and translate the wish. Well, okay, thank you, Gohan nods. 7 orange Dragon Balls, as big as basketballs, are piled neatly on the grass, glowing with a mysterious luster. The Namekians who brought the Dragon Balls stand behind Elder Mori, silent. Elder Mori looks at Den and says gently, Den, go summon Purunga. Yes, Great Elder, Den nods respectfully, then steps forward to the Dragon Balls, stretches out his hands, spreads his fingers, and covers the Dragon Balls. He shouts loudly in Namekian, come out, Purunga, and fulfill my wish. As Den's voice falls, the usually bright Namek suddenly darkens. The entire planet is shrouded in black clouds. Crack! Golden lightning flashes in the dark clouds, followed by the rumbling sound of thunder. The 7 Dragon Balls on the ground flash with arcs of electricity, then burst into brilliant golden light. The light intensifies, making it impossible to open your eyes. Soon, a thick beam of light shoots up into the sky, piercing through the dark clouds. The golden beam circles in the sky, then condenses. In just a few breaths, it turns into a huge dragon. This dragon, more than 100 meters long, is majestic with sparkling scales. It looks a bit like the genie from Aladdin's lamp. The dragon pokes its head out of the clouds, and its house-sized eyes flash blood red. A voice with an echo effect resounds through the sky, the one who summoned me, tell me your wishes, and I will grant you 3. It is just as Gohan remembers. The Namekian Dragon Balls can grant 3 wishes. Moreover, after the Frieza incident, the Grand Elder upgraded the Dragon Balls. Previously, the Dragon Balls could grant 3 wishes, but could only resurrect 1 person per wish. After the upgrade, this limitation no longer exists. Den turns to Gohan and asks, Gohan, is your first wish to restore your arm? Gohan shakes his head and says, no, let Purunga repair my body to its most perfect state. Just restoring an arm? What a waste of a wish. Okay, Den nods, then looks up at the huge dragon and speaks in Namekian. This is very simple, the dragon says, its eyes flashing red. Gohan feels his body changing. First, the scar on his face disappears. Then, a tingling sensation in his left shoulder signals the growth of a complete arm. Gohan is pleasantly surprised. He moves his new arm, clenches his fist, and feels the surging power in his bones and joints. The newly grown arm feels perfect, as if it had always been there. Hidden injuries from years of fighting heal. His facial features are slightly adjusted, making him even more handsome. His height increases from 181 centimeters to 186 centimeters, and a furry tail grows, swaying in the wind. His weight increases by about 15 kilograms. At this moment, Gohan's body is in its most perfect state, thanks to the Namekian dragon. Gohan clenches his fists, and a powerful aura bursts from his body, the golden flame wrapping around him. The surging air waves sweep out. The surrounding Namekians are awestruck, feeling as if an ancient beast has awakened before them. What a powerful aura! The dragon in the sky hesitates for a moment, then speaks again. The first wish has been granted. Tell me your second wish. Den looks at Gohan, who appears like a golden god of war. Gohan restrains his aura, thinks for a moment, and says, the second wish is for me to have an immortal body. Well, okay, Den nods and speaks in Namekian to the dragon again. The dragon's eyes flash red, granting Gohan's second wish. Compared to the previous wish, Gohan doesn't feel any immediate difference, but he knows he is now immortal. Chapter 13. Gohan has two major concerns in his life: insufficient firepower and death. Having experienced death once, he is not afraid of it. Instead, he sees every extra day he lives as a gain and cherishes it immensely. Now that he has wished for immortality, his mindset undergoes a significant change. Immortality means more possibilities, allowing him to act with confidence. If he won't die, he will have more ways to protect those he cares about and more means to defeat his enemies. Although his immortal body might not withstand the likes of Zeno, the Grand Angel, or the God of Destruction, his survival ability has undoubtedly been greatly enhanced. Gohan feels a newfound clarity and happiness. This also helps him sense that he is just one step away from breaking through to Super Saiyan 2. Feeling incredibly positive, he looks at the dragon with gratitude. At this moment, the dragon in the sky speaks again. The second wish has been fulfilled. Do you have any other wishes? I can still grant one more. As Porunga speaks, it gazes at Gohan with awe. Despite Porunga's massive size, it recognizes the terrifying power that Gohan possesses, enough to easily destroy the entire universe. In the world of the strong, size is not the sole measure of strength. Gohan looks around at all the Namekians present, finally focusing on the Great Elder. He asks, "Great Elder, do you have any wishes?" Great Elder Mori shakes his head. "No, we rarely need Porunga's help." Gohan, with a glimmer of hope, asks, "Oh, then I want to ask, is there any way to resurrect people who have been dead for more than 10 years? Great Elder Mori shakes his head and says, "Porunga cannot resurrect beings that have been dead for more than a year. As for other methods, I don't know." Gohan continues, "What if the body is still intact, and the soul available but currently in the underworld or training with King Kai? Is there no way to resolve that?" Great Elder Mori shows a shocked expression. This situation completely overturns his understanding of life and death. Gohan then explains the situation of Son Goku, Vegeta, and others to the Great Elder. After listening, Great Elder Mori is amazed but still shakes his head. "Porunga cannot resurrect them, and I can't think of any other way. I'm so sorry, Mr. Gohan. I didn't expect so many things to have happened on Earth. Even Mr. Son Goku's passing is such a pity." Gohan had guessed this outcome, so he wasn't too hopeful when he asked. Thus, he isn't disappointed, just regretful. He muses that perhaps those companions who have been dead for many years might not want to be resurrected, as they seem carefree in the underworld with King Kai, free of troubles. Alas! Considering the third wish, Gohan thinks for a moment and says to Dend, "In that case, Dend, let's ask for the address of planet Yardrat." The address of Yardrat? Yes, that's correct. Dend nods and makes another wish to Porunga. Porunga's eyes flash red, and a piece of information enters Gohan's mind: the location of Yardrat. Wish fulfilled. Porunga's voice echoes, "Okay, all wishes have been granted." Goodbye then. Golden light explodes from its body, and Porunga disintegrates. The 7 petrified Dragon Balls fall to the ground with a thud, creating several deep pits. Besides their size, the Dragon Balls of Namek differ from Earth's Dragon Balls in that, after a wish, the petrified Namekian Dragon Balls do not fly away. This is because the Namekians, who love peace and are kind by nature, rarely use the Dragon Balls. The Great Elder said it so that after a wish, the petrified Dragon Balls remain in place to be guarded by the 7 tribes. In contrast, Earth's Dragon Balls scatter after a wish to prevent endless desires from being fulfilled too easily, though Bulma's Dragon Radar eventually bypassed this difficulty. After Porunga disappears, the black clouds quickly disperse, and Namek's sky returns to its usual clear state in mere moments. Sunlight bathes the land again. Gohan walks up to the Great Elder and says, "Elder, I have another request." Elder Mori replies, "Mr. Gohan, if you have something to ask, just say it directly. It is our honor to help our benefactor." Gohan explains, It's like this: Earth needs a new guardian. So I would like to ask if someone from Namek could go to Earth to be the new Kami." Great Elder Mori says, "Oh, of course, there is no problem, but we still need to seek the other party's consent. Do you have someone in mind, Mr. Gohan?" Gohan points to Dend and says, "Well, Great Elder, I want Dend." Den seems a little surprised. The Great Elder smiles and looks at Den, asking, Den, are you willing to go to Earth to be the new Kami? Den looks stunned. Me, can I? Den, although your fighting ability is average, you are an excellent Kami candidate with very comprehensive abilities. Of course, you can be the Kami of Earth, says Great Elder Mori. Gohan adds, Den, do you have any concerns about going? Den quickly shakes his head. No, I'm just worried I might not be up to the task. It's okay, believe in yourself. You heard what the Elder said, he believes in you, and so do I. You will become a great Kami, Gohan encourages. Then I'll try, Den agrees. Feeling needed by others, Den is both uneasy and happy. He likes the feeling of being helpful. After some farewells, Den says goodbye to the Great Elder and others. For the Namekians, who do not need to eat, a farewell is just that, a simple goodbye with no need for a feast. Gohan takes out a capsule and throws it on the ground, turning it into a spaceship. Everyone is amazed by this method. Gohan doesn't explain much and quickly calls Den aboard. Once aboard, Gohan inputs the Earth's coordinates, presses the start button, and the spaceship disappears into the sky, rushing into the vast universe. Half a month later, the spaceship arrives on Earth and lands successfully. Gohan and Den disembark, and Gohan puts the spaceship away. After ensuring the Earth is safe using his ki, he says to Den, let's go, Den. Let's head to the lookout. Okay, Den nods. The two fly towards the lookout. Moments later, they arrive, just as Trunks and Bulma do. Trunks, sensing Gohan's aura, rushes over with Bulma. Upon seeing Gohan, Trunks excitedly runs over, examining him closely. Brother Gohan, you're back. That's great. Wow, your hand has grown back, and you even have a tail. Amazing. Gohan ruffles Trunks' hair with a smile. Good boy, I haven't seen you for just a month, and you've become such a chatterbox? No, I'm just really happy, Trunks beams. Mr. Gohan, Mr. Popo greets him. Gohan smiles and nods at him. Gohan, you've become more handsome. The scar on your face is gone, your left arm has grown back, and you seem taller. Ha, I declare that you are now the most handsome man I've ever seen. Bulma laughs, hands on her hips, reminiscent of her younger days. She then curiously looks at Den next to Gohan. Is this the new Kami you found? Gohan replies, yes, Aunt Bulma, actually, you've met him before. Oh, really? Bulma looks at Den in surprise. Unfortunately, most Namekians look very similar, and she can't remember Den specifically. The only Namekian she clearly remembers is Piccolo. Den feels a little embarrassed but remembers Bulma. Despite the passage of more than 10 years, Bulma has maintained herself well, with only a bit more maturity. Gohan introduces them with a smile. This is Den, the new Kami I went to Namek to find. And Bulma, you might remember him from Namek, the boy who could perform healing spells. Oh, now that you mention it, I remember. Bulma exclaims. Hello, Miss Bulma, long time no see, Den greets. Hello, Bulma responds, happy to see an old friend. Den, this is Trunks, Aunt Bulma's son and my apprentice. This is Mr. Popo, the guardian of the lookout. He will assist you in your duties. Gohan introduces them. Hello, nice to meet you, Den nods politely. Trunks also nods, hello, brother Den. Mr. Popo bows to Den, hello, Lord Kami. You can just call me Popo from now on. Chapter 14. Mr. Popo, please guide me in the future, Den says respectfully. Despite his new role, he continues to address Popo with respect, using the title Mr. Lord Kami, please follow me. I will take you to inherit the throne of Kami, Mr. Popo responds. Mr. Gohan, please wait here for a moment. Okay, Gohan and the others nod in agreement. Mr. Popo then leads Den into the inner hall to pass on the inheritance. This leaves only Gohan, Bulma, and Trunks in the square of the lookout. Gohan takes the opportunity to ask about Cell. Have you found Dr. Gero's research institute? Hearing this question, Trunks, who was about to touch Gohan's tail, stops what he is doing. Bulma replies, we haven't found it yet. Dr. Gero, being a remnant of the Red Ribbon Army, has very sophisticated anti-detection methods. I researched a lot about the Red Ribbon Army and Dr. Gero online, speculating on many possible locations for his secret research institute, but found nothing. Bulma continues. Later, I offered a large reward for clues, but not many people provided useful information. Gohan asks, is there any useful information at all? Bulma nods, yes, I have selected a few promising leads and am currently checking them one by one. Let's investigate these clues first. If we still can't find it, we can use the Dragon Balls to help us, Gohan suggests. Yes, Bulma agrees. Trunks, curious, asks, Brother Gohan, are the Dragon Balls really that magical? Did they help regrow your arm? Gohan replies, yes, the Dragon Balls did help repair my arm. They can fulfill most wishes within their capability. Trunks continues, what is the range of the Dragon Ball's abilities? How broad is most? Gohan looks at Trunks thoughtfully, sensing he might become a nitpicker. It's hard to explain, but try not to make strange and outrageous wishes, Gohan advises. Is that so, Mom? Trunks looks at Bulma. Yes, that's about right, Bulma nods. The three of them talk for about 10 minutes until Mr. Popo leads Dend out of the inner hall. Dend is now wearing a cloak, and his aura has become more stable. Is the inheritance complete? Gohan asks. Mr. Popo replies, yes, it was a simple ceremony. Dend's talent played a significant role. See, Dend, I told you that you are fully qualified for the position of Kami, Gohan says with a smile. Dend scratches his head, embarrassed and lacking the dignity of a god. Gohan continues, in that case, Dend, when can you start activating the Dragon Balls? Now, it's fine, Dend responds. He looks at Mr. Popo and asks, Mr. Popo, can you find a model of the dragon? I need one to activate the Dragon Balls. Mr. Popo says, oh, sure. I once carved a model of the dragon when I was bored. It's in the inner hall. I didn't expect it to come in handy. Wait a moment. He runs into the inner hall and returns holding a wooden sculpture of a dragon. Lord Kami, is this okay? The wood carving is lifelike, modeled after the Eastern dragon. Of course, Mr. Popo. Please place it on the ground, Dend instructs. Yes, Lord Kami, Mr. Popo nods respectfully and carefully places the dragon wood sculpture on the ground. Dend walks to the wood sculpture and squats down. Everyone, including Gohan, watches curiously. Dend covers the sculpture with his hands, muttering in an obscure language, a spell of the Dragon Clan, said to be left by the dragon god Zalama. As Dend's chant quickens, his hands glow faintly golden. The light intensifies, enveloping the dragon model until it bursts out like a small sun. A thick golden beam shoots up into the sky, transforming into 7 meteors. Everyone looks up at the light column until it disappears completely. When they lower their gaze, they see the dragonwood sculpture has vanished. Dend wipes the sweat from his forehead, stands up, and says, okay, the Dragon Balls have been activated. Now we just need to collect the 7 Dragon Balls to make a wish. What about the wishes? How many can it grant? Gohan asks. Dend replies, like Purunga of Namek, it can grant 3 wishes, but its ability is slightly weaker because Elder Mori is more proficient in the dragon language than I am. Gohan laughs, pats Dend on the shoulder, and says, that's already amazing. Thank you, Dend. You're welcome, Dend responds. After a while, Gohan and the others say goodbye and return to West City. In West City, at Bulma's house, Bulma is fixing the Dragon Ball radar. It hasn't been used in over 10 years and has a minor malfunction. Gohan and Trunks watch from the side. Trunks, staring at the radar, is full of excitement, his eyes sparkling. Looking at Trunks' eager expression, Gohan can't help but tease, Trunks, are you holding your pee? Don't hold it in, go if you need to. Trunks blushes and quickly says, no, I'm not. Then he adds, Gohan, let me collect the Dragon Balls. Please don't compete with me for them, okay? Okay, I won't compete with you, Gohan agrees. Okay, it's a deal. Don't go back on your word. Trunks raises his hand for a high five, and Gohan claps his hand helplessly. It's just collecting Dragon Balls, what's so great about it? Since Trunks likes it, let him go. Finally fixed it, Bulma says, holding up the Dragon Ball radar. Here, Trunks, she hands it to him. Trunks takes the radar, feeling as if he has been electrocuted. I'll go now, he says, his breathing rapid. Go, come back soon, Bulma smiles. Yeah, Trunks nods and leaves at lightning speed. This kid, are all the cells in his body curious? Gohan thinks as he watches Trunks leave. Bulma then says, Gohan, come here. I want to show you some clues I've collected. Okay, here I come, Gohan replies, joining Bulma. Chapter 15. On October 3, 769, I saw a strange robot in Yanzi Highlands. The robot walked very fast and was very powerful. I suspect it was produced by the Red Ribbon Army. On March 28, 776 AD, something unusual happened in Penguin Village, and the remains of a mysterious machine fell from the sky. On the morning of August 15, 778, a strange energy wave erupted in the Gobi Desert 300 kilometers north. On July 7, 777, a group of people claiming to be members of the Red Ribbon Army appeared in the town of Silos. Bulma screened out 13 pieces of information provided by netizens. The current population of the Earth is not large. And most of the human beings lived in the mountains and forests before the death of androids 17 and 18, and the news was very closed. It was unexpected that there were so many news. Gohan and Bulma carefully considered and finally selected 3 places with the greatest suspicion. They are Yanzi Highlands, North Gobi Desert, Yunhai Desert. On the first day, Gohan and Bulma went to Yanzi Highlands to search. As a result, after searching for a day, the harvest was 0. Yanzi Highlands ruled out. When they returned to home in the evening, Trunks had collected 7 Dragon Balls and placed them on the table, and he could summon the dragon to make a wish at any time. The Dragon Balls on Earth are much smaller than those on Namek. The Dragon Balls on Namek are as big as basketballs. The Dragon Balls on Earth are only the size of fists. The 7 Dragon Balls were neatly arranged in front of Trunks. Trunks held his chin with both hands, thinking about what wish to make. Seeing Gohan and Bulma coming back, Trunks stood up with a joyful expression on his face, and said in a manner of asking for credit, Brother Gohan, Mom, I have collected all the Dragon Balls. When can we summon the dragon to make a wish? I can't wait. Gohan said, Don't worry, let's wait a few more days until we check the clues we have selected. Oh, okay then. Hearing him say this, Trunks lowered his head in a bad mood. Seeing this, Bulma asked curiously, Trunks, do you want to make a wish? Yes, that's right. Trunks replied. Don't waste wishes, tell me, what kind of wish do you want to make? Bulma asked. Will this not work if I say it out loud? Trunks was a little worried. Bulma chuckled, No, this is not a birthday wish, it's a wish to the Dragon Ball. Even if you say it in advance, it doesn't matter if others know it. Well, I want to make a wish to Shenlong, that the 3 of us can live happily together forever. Trunks said. What a wish, Bulma. Gohan. Both of them were silent. They didn't expect that Trunks' wish would be like this. Thinking of how excited he was the whole day, rushing to find the Dragon Balls. The hearts of the 2 adults seemed to be struck by something. The look in their eyes when they looked at Trunks also softened a lot. Gohan rubbed Trunks' hair and smiled, Trunks, you don't need to make this wish, because we will definitely be together forever. Really? The 13-year-old boy raised his head. Of course. Gohan nodded affirmatively. Just now I thought you were going to wish for world peace. I'm afraid even Shenron can't fulfill this wish, huh? Bulma said. The next day, Bulma was fixing the time machine at home. Gohan and Trunks flew to the North Gobi Desert. The Gobi Desert is located 300 kilometers north. It covers an area of more than 10,000 square kilometers and is very vast. The vegetation here is very sparse, mostly deserts and weathered rocks. Although there are oases in the desert, they are few and far between. Some weathered rocks have some bushes growing tenaciously, showing their tenacious vitality to humans. Under the scorching sun, waves of heat rise from the Gobi Desert, making it difficult for people to even breathe. But Gohan and Trunks are not ordinary people. After they experienced the weather of the hyperbolic time chamber, this heat wave is not worth mentioning at all. The two flew over the Gobi Desert. Gohan said, "Trunks, let's separate. You go this way and I go that way. If we encounter a situation, we will use the increase of our Ki as a signal and then meet up. Do you understand?" "Got it, brother Gohan." Trunks nodded. The two separated. They each held a circular auxiliary detector in their hands and started the search. Half a day passed quickly. Gohan was fully focused, flying in the air, carefully observing the ground. After flying for a while, a weathered forest appeared in front of him. This weathered forest stretched for an unknown number of miles, with no end in sight, and boundless. Trees with bare trunks took root in the weathered stones and grew tenaciously. Gohan frowned, holding the sensor in his hand, and flew into the stone forest. After about 10 kilometers deep, the detector in Gohan's hand suddenly vibrated. "Ha!" Gohan raised the detector to his eyes in surprise. There was a red dot on the detector screen, which was flashing a dazzling light. Chapter 16. This detector, resembling the Dragon Ball radar, was modified by Bulma based on Frieza's army's combat power detector. It can detect abnormal energy fluctuations and computer network nodes. Gohan's detector searches for nearby computer signal waves. In this deserted desert, finding computer network fluctuations is obviously unusual. Gohan looks over, holding the detector. A few minutes later, he lands from the sky and examines the cave in front of him. This cave is well hidden, surrounded by bushes. Without the detector, it would be difficult to find this location. Gohan raises his hand, releasing an energy attack that ignites the bushes. Soon, the bushes are reduced to ashes, revealing the cave entrance. He waves his hand to dispel the dust and smoke in the air, then jumps into the cave. After walking about 5 or 6 meters, a heavy steel door blocks his path. Upon closer inspection, a striking logo is printed on the steel door, a red background with white edges and 2 capital R's, the emblem of the Red Ribbon Army. Gohan is delighted, he has finally found it. Dr. Gero's laboratory must be here. He raises his ki slightly to notify Trunks. Sensing Gohan's rising ki, Trunks bursts with energy and quickly flies towards Gohan. Soon, Trunks lands and runs into the cave to join Gohan. "Brother Gohan, did you find it?" he asks. Gohan points to the steel door. "If nothing goes wrong, it's behind this door." "Oh?" Trunks examines the door, feeling its cold steel. He knocks on it, producing a dull sound. "Brother Gohan, this door is made entirely of steel and is over 40 centimeters thick. What should we do?" "We need to open it physically." "Trunks, you handle the door, but control your strength to avoid destroying anything inside." "Yeah, okay," Trunks nods. Gohan steps back. Trunks presses his palm against the door, and his energy bursts out. Bang! A loud noise reverberates. The ground shakes, and rubble falls from above. The steel door, at least 40 centimeters thick, is smashed by Trunks' palm. Gohan, I think I used too much force," Trunks laughs awkwardly. "It's okay, let's go." Gohan waves his hand to clear the dust and steps through the door. Trunks follows closely. Inside, a spacious laboratory appears, illuminated by many luminous energy stones embedded in the roof, making the lab as bright as day. Dr. Gero had hollowed out this weathered rock mountain to build this sizable secret base. Wires are densely packed and bundled everywhere. Several giant computers with black screens stand idle. In the archives room, Dr. Gero's various manuscripts and worknotes are densely piled up. In the hall, 3 nutritional hibernation capsules are arranged, 2 open and 1 sealed, with energy pipes providing power. Nearby lies a headless corpse, reduced to clothes and bones, identifiable as Dr. Gero. After awakening androids 17 and 18, Dr. Gero tried to control them with a special remote, but was killed by android 17. His head was blown up, leaving his body incomplete. A large hole in the lab, torn open by android 17, leads to the Gobi Desert, allowing wind and sand to accumulate inside. Gohan squats beside Dr. Gero's body, retrieves a pen from his chest pocket, then kicks the headless skeleton out of the hole. Trunks, gather all the useful items, he orders. Yes, brother Gohan, Trunks nods, taking out a storage capsule to collect the computer, notebooks, and manuscripts. Gohan approaches the remaining sealed hibernation capsule, marked with the number 16. Through the transparent glass, he sees a tall, strong android with a sharp face, short red hair, green armor, black tights, white socks, green boots, and a cold expression, android 16. This fully mechanical android was created by Dr. Gero based on his son, a senior soldier of the Red Ribbon Corps who died in action. Dr. Gero, having a special feeling for his son, gave Android 16 powerful strength and a terrifying explosive device but designed him to be docile to avoid destruction in battle. Consequently, Android 16, who loves peace, nature, and small animals, has never been activated and has been sleeping until now. Gohan decides to restart Android 16 for two reasons. First, Earth has too few high-end combat forces, and Android 16's excellent combat power might be useful. Second, Android 16's gentle personality poses a low risk. With Gohan's current combat power, he can easily handle Android 16 if necessary. Even Trunks can subdue him, as Gohan is nearly at Super Saiyan 2, and Trunks is at the peak of Super Saiyan 1. Gohan finds the start button on the hibernation capsule and presses it. The lid opens with a creaking sound. Trunks, who was removing floor tiles, comes over. Brother Gohan, I've collected everything. What are you doing? He asks, seeing the huge android sitting up from the hibernation capsule. Chapter 17. Trunks suddenly stopped and stared at number 16 who came out of the hibernation capsule. Brother Gohan, is this the android you mentioned that is scarier than number 17 and number 18? Trunks didn't sense any danger from number 16, but he was still cautious and didn't dare to underestimate the enemy. After all, number 17 and number 18 used to look harmless, but in fact they were two big demons. The android in front of him might also be such a monster. Brother Gohan, let me kill him. Trunks said, and his ki expanded rapidly, causing a strong wind to blow through the laboratory, making the corners of his clothes rustle, and the roof was about to be blown off. Trunks, don't do anything yet. Gohan hurried to stop him. If it was a second later, Trunks would have attacked and killed 16. Hearing Gohan stop, although Trunks didn't understand why, he still obediently suppressed his violent ki temporarily. Number 16 stood there motionless, looked at Trunks vigilantly, and then looked at Gohan. He was silent for a few seconds, then said in a low voice, "Are you son Gohan?" "Yes, I am." Gohan nodded and looked at him curiously. After another short silence, number 16 continued, "You are different from what is recorded in the data." Gohan said, "Of course I am different, because I am in my 20s now. When Dr. Gero died, I was only 9 years old, so the information in your database is probably just my childhood information." Hearing the news of Dr. Gero's death, number 16's pupils shrank obviously, but he soon regained his composure. "It turns out that the doctor is dead, that's a shame." "Who is he?" He looked at Trunks. In number 16's database, there was no Trunks at all. It was a very old version. Gohan said, "He is Trunks, the son of Vegeta." Then he said, "Number 16, now that Dr. Gero is dead, do you still want to fight us? Or, what are your plans next?" Number 16 shook his head and said, "No, I don't like fighting." He thought for a while, and then continued, "I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I will go wandering and finally live in the mountains to protect nature." Gohan nodded, "Well, that's good. I know you love peace in nature, so if there is any crisis on Earth in the future, if you are able, please defend the Earth and protect this home together, okay?" Number 16 looked at Gohan seriously, and then replied, "Yes." His expression was as cold as ever. He spoke very little. Number 16 nodded and said, "Can I leave now?" Gohan stepped aside, made way, and said, "Okay, but number 16, you have a powerful bomb on you. If you want to defuse it, you can come to me or Trunks. We will take you to see Bulma, and she can help you defuse it." "Okay, I got it." Number 16 agreed, and then strode out of the laboratory. Watching number 16 leave, Trunks was very puzzled. He asked Gohan in confusion, "Brother Gohan, what's going on?" Gohan explained, "He is not the target we are looking for. Although number 16 is also a very powerful android, he is not aggressive and will not harm the Earth. It is good to keep him." "Oh." Trunks responded with a half-understood sound, and then continued, "Brother Gohan, how do you know that number 16 is not aggressive? Number 17 and number 18 don't look fierce, but they are devil-like." Gohan said, "I can't explain this to you, but if something unexpected really happens, I will personally destroy him." "Okay, if you are not free, I can do it for you. By the way, Brother Gohan, we have already searched the lab, but there is no intelligent computer that is still making androids as you said." Gohan pointed to the floor and said with a smile, "Who said we have already searched the lab? There is a secret base down there." "Ah." Trunks was shocked. "Watch carefully." Gohan's mouth curled up, and he stepped down with his right foot. Boom! Crack, crack, crack. The floor beneath my feet exploded, revealing a huge black hole. "There really is something else going on down there," Trunks said in amazement. "Let's go down and take a look," Gohan said, taking the lead and jumping down from the dark cave. Trunks followed closely behind. In just 2 seconds, the two of them stood firmly in the basement. The light in the basement was very dim, and the environment was not clear. Trunks fumbled for a while and finally found the switch of the energy light. Click, turn on the light. The originally dim basement instantly became bright. The two finally saw the structure and area of the basement. Compared with the spacious laboratory, this basement is several times smaller. The structure is also very simple. In the middle, a huge intelligent computer with a height of 3 meters and a width of 5 meters stood there. The screen was still glowing, indicating that it was still running on its own. Intelligent computer. There was also a machine half a person's height beside it, with a cylindrical transparent glass container upside down on top of the machine. An energy tube as thick as a thigh connected the smart computer and the machine together. The glass container was filled with green nutrient solution. Small bubbles continued to form at the bottom of the nutrient solution, and finally all floated to the top of the glass container. And in the center of the nutrient solution, an extremely ugly embryo was being nurtured. It is Cell. At this time, Cell had grown to the size of an arm, and although it curled up its body, its strong heartbeat could be heard. Trunks pressed his palm on the transparent glass. Cell's eyelids twitched, as if he could wake up at any time. "Brother Gohan, is this the one you warned me about?" Trunks said. Gohan nodded and said, "Yes, that's it." Trunks said, "Why does it give me a familiar feeling?" Gohan said, "Maybe it's because this guy has my cells in him." "Ah, how come this monster has your cells?" "That's because Dr. Gero used robot bees to collect cells from many strong people and fused these cells together to create this monster. As far as I know, it contains not only my cells, but also my father's and your father's cells. Dr. Gero has collected the cells of many of our friend. He even has cells from Frieza and King Cold in his body." "What a bastard!" Trunks was surprised. Gohan said, "Trunks, please move aside first, I will kill it." "Oh, okay." Trunks responded, and stepped aside decisively. Gohan raised his hand, spread his 5 fingers, and an energy bomb blew up the glass container containing Cell's embryo. Boom! As the glass container exploded, the green nutrient solution splashed everywhere. The Cell embryo, which had left the nutrient solution, rolled on the ground, then trembled and made a squeak, squeak sound. It was like a dying and struggling animal. Gohan mercilessly stepped on it, turning it into a pool of meat paste in an instant. Then, he raised his hand and threw another blast of energy at the meat paste. After a crackling sound, only a charred mark remained on the ground. Cell embryo reduced to ashes. Chapter 18. The two stand above Dr. Gero's laboratory. Gohan thinks for a moment, raises his hand, and throws an energy bomb down. Boom! The energy bomb explodes. The light is radiant, the ground shakes, and flames shoot up into the sky. The entire laboratory is blown to pieces, and a huge mushroom cloud rises. The explosion is heard hundreds of kilometers away. In the strong explosion, the weathered stone forest is flattened instantly, leaving a deep pit several kilometers in diameter, with thick smoke billowing. Looking down at the deep pit, Gohan nods with satisfaction and flies away with Trunks. They quickly return to the capsule core. Bulma is still tinkering with the time machine. Gohan and Trunks unload Dr. Gero's legacy, filling the room with shocking discoveries. Did you two go robbing? Bulma asks, stopping her work in surprise. Gohan nods, yes, we found Dr. Gero's laboratory. And Bulma, take a look at these. Are they useful to you? Did you get all of these from Dr. Gero? Bulma quickly stands up to inspect the items. Gohan replies, yes, I brought them back thinking they might be useful. Bulma picks up a notebook and flips through it. As she reads, her surprise grows. Bulma sighs, Dr. Gero was a super genius, but he took the wrong path. Artificial humans, perpetual energy reactors, genetic engineering, these are all genius ideas. Seeing her excitement, Gohan knows he did the right thing. How about it, Aunt Bulma, are these things useful? Bulma smiles, they are very useful. Gohan, you did a great job. It's good you didn't destroy these things. Dr. Gero's scientific research is invaluable. With these, I might finish the time machine a year ahead of schedule. Plus, I can learn from the perpetual energy reactor for other projects. Bulma talks excitedly, her face lit up with energy. For the first time, Trunks sees Bulma so animated. She seems to have regained her youthful vigor. Gohan laughs, we've gained a lot today. We should have an extra meal tonight. Yeah, extra food, Bulma replies without looking up. Half an hour later, Bulma finally emerges from her deep dive into knowledge. She immediately instructs Gohan and Trunks. You two help put all these things in the empty room next door. Remember to sort and organize them so I can check them later. The two get busy again, moving items one by one. After they are done, Gohan and Trunks head to the gravity room to practice for a few hours. Practice is endless. The next day, the three of them place the 7 Dragon Balls on the open space near Capsule Core and summon Shenron. The sky darkens suddenly, and after a burst of lightning and thunder, the familiar dragon hovers in the clouds. Its huge blood-red eyes flash, and its dragon whiskers sway, noble and majestic. Wow, wow, wow! Trunks exclaims, seeing Shenron for the first time. His eyes light up, and he keeps yelling. It is so awesome. He daydreams about having a mount like this, his mouth crooked with excitement. Meanwhile, Dend and Popo stand on the edge of the lookout, observing the world. They naturally see Gohan and the others summoning Shenron. Shenron's voice resounds through the sky, the one who summoned me, tell me your wish. I can fulfill 3 wishes, any wish. Can I really wish for anything? Trunks asks excitedly. Of course, any wish within my power, Shenron responds. Gohan rolls his eyes. Don't you know your limits? Is it appropriate to brag like this? He thinks. Gohan looks up at Shenron with a tilted mouth. Feeling Gohan's gaze, Shenron's huge dragon body twitches. Is he looking down on him? Gohan smiles, since you said so, I will make a small wish. Shenron has a bad premonition but still responds, tell me your wish. Please improve my strength to the level of a god of destruction or an angel, Gohan requests. 3 black question marks appear on Shenron's head? Silence. Outrageous. What? Is this something I can do? Shenron thinks. Gohan looks at Shenron, and Shenron looks back. After a few seconds of silence, Shenron lowers its head, sorry, this wish is beyond my ability. Please change your wish. Gohan's mouth twists. Didn't you just say any wish is okay? Sorry, any wish within my ability. What you asked for is beyond my power, Shenron explains. Seeing Shenron's lowered demeanor, something in Trunks' heart breaks. Where is Shenron's majesty? Although he doesn't know what a god of destruction or an angel is, he realizes Shenron can't make any wish come true. Shenron boasted, and his image collapses instantly. As for the wish, Gohan, Trunks, and Bulma had already discussed it last night. The first wish, to resurrect the humans killed by the androids. The number is countless, as many as billions, accumulated over more than 10 years. Ultimately, Shenron can only resurrect those killed in the past year. This wish is easily fulfilled. Countless people resurrect with bewildered looks on their faces. The total number, 250 million. It shows how cruel and bloody number 17 and number 18 were, slaughtering hundreds of millions in just 1 year. The second wish, to restore the cities and equipment on Earth destroyed by the androids. This wish is also easy to fulfill. However, with the current small population, many restored cities become empty, overgrown with weeds and vines, resembling ghost towns. The third wish, to strengthen the Earth, making it more resilient. Chapter 19. The hard work of the Earth is self-evident. In the end, it is always the Earth that gets hurt. Upgrading the planet to a new version is necessary. After the strengthening, the mountains are greener, the water is cleaner, the various resources are more abundant, and even the humans born are more good-looking and stronger. The 3 wishes are fulfilled, and the 7 petrified Dragon Balls turn into 7 lights and fly to different parts of the world. Some of these Dragon Balls fly into the desert, some fall into the sea, and some fall into the city. Only after a year will these petrified Dragon Balls be revitalized, waiting to be collected again and start a new story. The dragon disappears, and the sky clears up. Then, Gohan asks Bulma to help charge the spaceship. After a round trip to Namek, the spaceship's driving energy is only at 50%. Gohan wants to go to Yardrat, so he needs to charge urgently. With Dr. Gero's notes and various materials, Bulma has new inspiration. She confidently says she can charge the spaceship's energy to 100% within a month. Gohan quietly gives her a thumbs up. In the following period, Gohan flies to the lookout every day to chat with Dend. The rest of the time is mostly spent training hard with Trunks. Half a month passes like this. On this day, after Gohan and Trunks finish their daily training, they return to their normal state. After such a long time, their full power state has become nearly perfect, and now they don't have to maintain the Super Saiyan state all the time. Their current focus is to improve their basic combat power in their normal state. It's always beneficial to work hard to train the normal state and enhance normal combat power. This is the most stable and solid direction. After training, the two decide to go for a swim. They both soak in the water in their big shorts, enjoying the long-lost tranquility and sense of security. At this moment, they lean against the edge of the swimming pool, hands on the shore, and lower bodies soaked in the water. Gohan's tail sways in the water, forming different shapes and numbers, which makes Trunks stare in amazement. Brother Gohan, how can I make my tail grow? I should have had a tail before, right? Trunks asks enviously. Gohan replies, I heard from your mother that your tail was cut off when you were 6 months old and never grew back. If you want to grow it again, you'll need some external help. Do you really want a tail that much? Trunks nods eagerly, of course, it's so cool. Gohan explains, for Saiyans, the tail is a double-edged sword. It has advantages, but it can also be a weakness. When a Saiyan with a tail sees a full moon, they receive blue light waves emitted by the moon and transform into a great ape. Ha! Transformed into a great ape? Trunks looks incredulous. This is the first time he has heard such knowledge. Gohan continues, most Saiyans lose their reason after transforming into a great ape, leaving only destructive instincts. Although their combat power increases tenfold, they lose their reasoning and become wild beasts. The tail is also the most vulnerable part of a Saiyan. If not trained, a Saiyan becomes weak and loses combat power if their tail is grabbed. Trunks frowns after listening, realizing the downsides. He just thought Gohan's tail looked cool, not considering the defects. What Gohan doesn't tell Trunks is that he has Vegeta's blood and is a half-earthling, so there's a higher chance he can stay sane after transforming into a great ape. Gohan also knows that a future transformation requires a tail and that the tail is a source of power for science. After thinking for a while, Trunks asks, "Brother Gohan, what are the advantages? What are the benefits?" Gohan gives Trunks an appreciative look and replies, "There are benefits. Training can overcome the tail's weakness. A trained tail can be a powerful means of attack. A scion with a tail can train faster. You have the royal scion blood, so you should be able to stay sane after transforming into a great ape. At least, in my memory, Uncle Vegeta was rational after transforming." Trunks' expression brightens. The benefits far outweigh the disadvantages. "I will train my tail to make up for this shortcoming. Brother Gohan, I want my tail to grow out." Gohan nods. "Well, wait a year, and after a year, let Shenron help you restore your tail." Then, Gohan remembers something, his eyes lighting up. "Maybe Den can make your tail grow sooner. Since the old Kai could help Son Goku remove his tail, there might be a way to regrow it. Let's go find Brother Den." Trunks jumps out of the water, hurries to put on his clothes, and urges Gohan. "Brother Gohan, hurry up." Gohan has no choice but to jump onto the shore, spin his tail like a fan to shake off the water droplets, then change clothes and take Trunks to the lookout. After listening to Trunks' request, Den nods, "I'll try my best, but I can't guarantee success." "Yeah, thank you, Brother Den," Trunks says happily. Den replies, "It may take some time. You'd better stay here for a few days while I study it." Trunks immediately agrees, "No problem." Hearing that Trunks will stay for a few days, Gohan says goodbye and leaves. Before leaving, Trunks asks Gohan to convey the news that he won't be home for a few days. Gohan agrees and jumps down from the lookout, falling to the earth like a meteorite. He enjoys the feeling of free fall, which is completely different from flying. The whistling wind in his ears and the weightlessness make his heart race, reminding him of some things from his previous life. When he is close to the ground, Gohan flies to the desert to find the fortune teller again. After arriving, he finds the fortune teller still not at home and wonders where she went. Gohan suspects the fortune teller might have been killed by number 17 or number 18, but believes her supernatural abilities should have provided some life-saving methods. Curious about her whereabouts, Gohan flies to the East capital, which is closer to the fortune teller's palace, to find some answers. Chapter 20. East City is a prosperous metropolis, as famous as West City where the capsule core is located. Both cities are currently the largest on Earth and serve as two major economic hubs. The economy of West City used to be more developed due to the presence of Capsule Corporation. However, the androids attacked West City, reducing it to ruins. East City, untouched by the androids, has since become the most prosperous city in the Dragon Ball world in terms of economy and population. Gohan falls from the sky and stands atop a building hundreds of stories high, observing the bustling life in East City. The streets are filled with continuous traffic, and the crowds surge noisily, as if everything is peaceful. This is true prosperity on Earth, and Gohan likes the current world very much. Half an hour earlier, in another part of East City, 6 criminals blew up East City Bank with explosives. Boom! Flames shoot up into the sky, and thick smoke fills the entire street. Ah, help! No, please let me go, I have parents and children to take care of. Bang, bang, bang. The robbers pull the triggers, and bullets fly, taking away lives one after another. The scene becomes more chaotic as people die. A robber carrying a submachine gun laughs wildly, "Ah, everyone, we just want to borrow some money. If you insist on stopping us, we're sorry. All of you, squat down and put your hands on your heads." All the bank staff squat down and tremble. The robbers, satisfied with their performance, take out sacks to fill with coins and gold bars. At this moment, an old man bursts into tears and loudly scolds the robbers. "Bastards, you beasts! You will not die a good death." The old man's wife had just been killed by the robbers, and he no longer wanted to live. "Hey! One of the robbers grins and puts the submachine gun to the old man's forehead. Old man, do you want to die? Why can't we do what the androids do? We're already very kind, aren't we? Beasts, you and the androids are all beasts. The old man shows no fear. Since you want to die so badly, I will grant your wish. The robber sneers and is about to pull the trigger when several police cars roar in, surrounding East City Bank. Damn, the annoying flies came so quickly. The robber gives up on shooting the old man and looks at the police outside, frowning. A graceful female police officer gets out of the police car, holding a loudspeaker. Listen, everyone inside, you are surrounded. I am Videl, the captain. Release the hostages, and I can promise to let you leave here with your lives. I'll give you 2 minutes to think about it. The timer starts now. Videl is in her 20s, heroic, with long black hair and a determined look. The robbers in the bank swallow nervously and start talking among themselves. Damn, how can there be such a beautiful policewoman? Don't you know her? She's famous in East City. There's nothing she can't handle. Ah, so awesome? Of course. Why else do you think she became captain? I've seen her fight, she's excellent in martial arts. This time we're in trouble. I didn't expect her to lead the team here. What should we do now, brother? What are we afraid of? We have guns and hostages. We can't be afraid of this woman outside. I don't believe she has several heads and hands. How about we hand over the hostages and let her let us go? Does she keep her word? It's said that she does. Her word is very important. Okay, let's do as she says. We hand over the hostages, but she needs to guarantee our safe departure. Well, okay. The gangsters finish their discussion and call out to the police. Okay, Officer Videl, we'll do as you say. We'll release the hostages, but you have to make sure we get out safely. We have a large number of guns and ammunition. If you don't keep your word, we don't mind dying with you. What do you say? Videl responds, no problem, I promise. Release the hostages now. Okay. The robbers agree. They carry the sacks on their shoulders, take a dozen hostages, and walk out of the bank to the main road. The hostages are successfully transferred, and the 6 robbers throw the sacks into their cars and drive away, never thinking they would be let go so easily. The robbers' loud laughter echoes from afar. Ah, Videl, you stinky bitch, sooner or later I will kill you, ha! The policemen become furious hearing such words. Captain, when do we chase? A young male policeman asks angrily. Videl's eyes flash coldly. She grins and sneers, let them run rampant for a while. Did you install the locator and bomb on their car? The male officer nods, of course, here you go. He hands Videl a tablet and a remote control. The tablet shows the real-time location of the 2 robbers' cars. Videl watches the tablet for a while, then takes out a capsule, throws it on the ground, and it turns into a jet plane. A few seconds later, she shouts, okay, now, chase them. Yes, Captain. Several police cars roar away, and Videl takes off in the jet plane to chase the robbers. The robbers' cars speed along the wide road. One of the robbers holds a sack and says excitedly, brother, where are we going to have fun tonight? This much money will last us a long time. Let's lay low for now, the leader replies. Oh, okay, I'll listen to you, big brother. Oh, brother, it's bad. The police are chasing us, one of the robbers exclaims, seeing the police cars in the rearview mirror. What? Shit. One of the robbers points at the jet plane in the sky, that must be her, right? Shit, it really is. Damn it, Videl caught up with us. Shoot down the plane. The robbers raise their submachine guns and fire at the police cars and the jet plane. The submachine guns spit fire, making a rattling sound. Videl dodges bullets in the jet plane but is still hit by many stray bullets, sparks flying everywhere. Her face becomes colder and colder. Soon, the robbers' cars reach an empty section of the road. Ha, accept your punishment, bastards, Videl sneers, pressing the remote control in her hand. Boom! The two cars explode, and coins fly everywhere. The 6 robbers are thrown out, rolling on the ground with varying degrees of injuries and blood on their heads. Some struggle to stand. Damn it, what happened? One of the robbers wipes blood off his face, angry. Damn, Videl must have tampered with our car. I have a car here, everyone get in, one robber says, taking out a capsule. But before he can activate it, several police cars arrive and surround them. Videl lands and jumps off the jet, walks over, kicks one of the robbers to the ground, and steps on his chest. Were you scolding me just now? She sneers. That wraps up this part of What If Reborn is Gohan in Future Timeline. Thanks so much for listening. As always, new parts drop every 4 days, so be sure to stay tuned. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and please consider supporting the original author as well. See you in the next one.